Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. I am Voice of Reason. Thanks for joining me. It's a new year. Every time we get to the new year, right? My song is the Fab French Montana. Like, I almost never listen to that song any other time, but it always comes to mind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But anyway, welcome to 2026. It's time to get right. Stop playing. Stop playing. It's time to get right. Whatever's wrong in your life, it's time to get right. From any aspect, any view, the world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? Let's go right in. New Year, same vibes. The more social media access, fellas, the more lusty you become. I think back in the day, we love women, we love the chase, maturity and what is that called? Puberty. What we liked and what we wanted was clear, was transparent. We always had a thing for the ladies. The more demand for it, the more we're willing to crash out, the more we're willing to trick, the more we're willing to sell a story, the more we seem thirsty. Social media is to blame, the access, because we're seeing triple the amount of women than we would see back in the day when it was just around the way, when you got on the bus, when you got on the train, if you traveled throughout your area, whether you're from Brooklyn, Queens, I'm talking New York, or wherever you was. You could have been out of town. It was just about in your travels. Now it's your travels and your device. So I definitely agree with this, and that's some of the poison in how often you indulge in social media. Think about it mentally. It's cool, a lot of us pretend to have control of our life and control of our situation, and whatever we go to for entertainment doesn't affect us, we think. But it does. It definitely does. So I absolutely agree. The more social media access, fellas, the more lusty you become. You're seeing Instagram models, influencers, skits, memes. Shit is just, and it's bad in a way because you think you can acquire these type of women like nothing. Like we used to criticize ladies about, I guess, the magazines and the models and the commercials and the beauty pageant. And, that would play with some females' self-esteem because they see these beautiful women getting praise and they're not so secure in themselves. This is similar in the sense of some men don't appreciate the true women that love them if they don't look a certain way. Absolutely. Because the social media got you thinking you could get you a IG baddie. And that's not necessarily true. And even, men are really ambitious. It's sad the energy we can put forth to acquire something that maybe we don't need. And you'll see that all that glitters ain't gold. Sometimes you can't turn sugar from shit. I'm just saying. So that's that with that. What I should have led with was, what are your New Year's goals? Same old, but execute this time. So what do? We always get that energy. I'm going to stop this. Stop drinking. Stop smoking. I'm going to become vegan. Health. Budget better. We put these sound good things in the air. How long does that thought last? because a thought has to last for an execution plan to take place. You can't just say shit and things start to manifest. You have to keep it there. You have to repeat it. You may have to write it and put it somewhere that you interact with every day, your bathroom, your kitchen, whatever, and really try to instill this in your brain so you can execute a plan for real. Because how many years we gonna let pass and claim to do some shit that we ain't even do? We don't get out the month of January. You're gonna stop drinking. You're gonna stop smoking. I'm not here to bash. I'm not here to judge. But if you're going to say something, make a better effort this time. You know, I got my thing with the no drinking 30 days, right? So each year you try to make it stronger. The first time I tried to do it, 2023, I did it 3 times. 2024, I did it 3 times. 2025, I did it 4 times. This time I'm going to do it 6. That's damn near every other month because there's 12 months in a year. You have some folks that encourage you, some folks that sound like they're encouraging you. But you know, I want to get to maybe not drinking no more, but I'm not putting that set goal yet. I feel like controllably, if I want to have one, whenever I want to have one, after this challenge that I have going on, I should be able to. So I don't never really want to get to never drinking. But the 6, I'm going to try to get to like 8. We'll see. But either way, it's going to be better than last time. And that's just my message to you. At least get past last time. So whatever you say, no smoking, no red meat, and you just go to January, try to go to March. You know what I'm saying? Just make it better than that last effort. You hear me? That's it. I'm just going to be going right here because we ain't got time to waste. Some things and people may never change. That's kind of hand in hand with this. So whatever you got going on, if you are making change, you may have to leave these things and people behind. Keep them at a distance and not really indulge because they will hold you back. Everybody can't go. Now we think we can control this as well. So we feel whoever we're close to or cool with or whatever, however that relationship looks and whatever things we have around, we feel we're that strong that we can continue our journey forward. And it doesn't matter what's around or who's around. To an extent, that may be true. But I know it can only help if you execute and get rid of these things and these people. I'm just saying it's just better. Listen, do how you do. You know, this is your story. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm not drinking, why have alcohol in the house for that 30 days? Now, my counter, to go back, I'm honest. I get a couple of non-alcoholic beers or wines or whatever, and I'll have that for when I have the urge. But as far as, you know, unless you keep a bar in your house, which again, that's a challenging thing. If you want to start the year, you're like, okay, I'm not going to drink 3 months, whatever. And you got a bar in your house, I don't expect you to go toss the liquor, but it would be better if it's not there. We think we're so strong. We have self-control. If you're going celibate, I jumped the gun. I'm supposed to pull that later. But if you go celibate, but you live with 3 naked women, wouldn't it be your best interest to kick them out? That's a joke and that's extra, but I'm just saying. Right? So that is true. Some things and people may never change. Let's go. More low-hanging fruit have standards now. So acquiring women just for sex may be tougher than ever. You're going to have to spend or provide something. Again, it's a social media blame and not necessarily saying it's wrong. But we know what low hanging fruit is, right? And that's only in the eyes of the beholder, because what I consider low hanging fruit, you may look at as very valuable. And I don't want to really make this a bashing statement. Low hanging fruit is exactly how it sounds, but we all have taste, right? Selection, standard. So it's just what I consider. It doesn't make it worldwide. And I'm sure I don't have to tippy toe that, because when it comes to women and how they view men and what they want, they don't tippy toe that shit. So fuck that. You low hanging fruit, you low hanging fruit, but that's just to me. John might think you're amazing. Either way, it doesn't matter, because what I consider low hanging fruit versus what I think is amazing, and whatever other levels, there's levels, right? 1 to 4. Let's just pick 4 as the highest level. The damn near close to everything I desire in a female is a 4. We're not gonna do 10. And 1 is scraping the bottom. That might be below low hanging. Low hanging maybe 2. 3 may be just like, all right, this is the legal limit. I could deal. Either way, all 4 levels have standards. Social media tells them that. Their friends tell them that. I don't want to judge here, but some things are delusional. But delusional or not, they're standing 10 toes on this, fellas. So, cool. You may have a smooth run. You may want to just have sex, and you may acquire someone, female, that feels the same. Just know they predicted those terms. Predicted, control, set, in charge of. And this may have always been true to a lot of examples. But now more than ever, you have less say, fellas. You are not doing, I say this too much. I didn't want to go into the new year repetitive, but y'all are bugged out, guys. They always controlled it. You think you gonna sit here, go in your fella group chat, go to your homie, and have a conquer story or success story? You ain't finagle shit. You ain't get shit. You ain't do shit. Whatever you get from a female, they wanted to give you that. They plotted on that way before you even acquired it. Whatever it is. If you think you getting a chick's money, if you think you getting her resources as far as she cooked for you, yo, shorty be cooking for me every day, yo. Yo, shorty nasty. Yo, she be swallowing it. Yo, she took it in the butt. Yeah, I'm being that raw. Yo, she said she like whatever. You ain't do shit. She wanted that. She been planned when you was getting that. I know. Why waste time on this? We all know this. This is a waste of my time. But I gotta say it. It just came out off the strength of every woman has standards now. Put in the work or spend or move on. Yo, this game ain't no love and it don't love you back. Just saying. This is real shit right here. And then right after that, the calm after the storm. Can men really try celibacy? No masturbation. Pause. I think based on the rest of the content in this episode will make it damn near impossible, especially the first one. Social media and the lust. Because we're so alpha male, it's a package deal how we think. The package deal is provide work, health, be a force to be reckoned with, and fuck. I'm just keeping it, it's 2026. Come on now. Those are all tied together on one string. The sad part is some of those things we don't exercise, and we may not be 100. We should have all of that, correct? Mostly. Even wherever we slack, the fuck part won't be the slack on our lens, on our watch, should I say. We're going to always want that. Even if none of the other things are clicking. I don't think that's the way to be. I think it is what it is. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you how I think may not matter in that. But I do know the biggest challenge is to have all of that, even if I reword it differently. Again, survival, provide, be a force to be reckoned with, health. If you conquer most of that, the biggest challenge will take out fuck and try to celibacy. I think it's a good challenge. It could be like that New Year's resolution thing, just to see where it takes you. You see, my issue, attack if you feel attacked. Hey, it's 2026. I'm not doing this with y'all no more. I feel women that do this is trying to prove something. Either prove or punish. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Most. I won't say 100. I'll say like 80 though. Prove or punish. If it's not religious. I respect the religious path of it. I'm gonna give flowers if you honestly doing it religion-wise. Outside of that, that with the no dating, it's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, fellas, the reason why this is a good experiment, you won't waste time, I feel, that you waste right now, that you can't get back, that you don't even realize. Time and resource. Because when you're chasing the caddy, directly or indirectly, what are the things you do? You date. You spend bread. You spend time. And no matter how organic it may come off, you get mature, you get older. Now it's not just about that, but that's in there. It's always in there. So the things you do, sorry for exposure, the things you do for women, have sex at the end, somewhere in the middle, a part of it, it's in there. You don't control it, as I said earlier, but it's in there. And women know that motivation. You think you fucking just gonna be the hero for nothing? Oh, let me change your tire. Oh, your tire pop? Oh, you're stranded? You're hungry? Sorry, it's just vicious out here. You're doing that for some insurance on that pussy. Let's just be real. So, this is a good experiment because if you take that out the equation, and of course I can make this neutral where women could appreciate that if you take that out and you're still the kind fellow you are towards them, that's dope because you're not looking for that. But it's bigger than that. Fuck that second. First is to not cloud your mind, not cloud your judgment on your interactions and where you spend your time and your resources. Because once you're not trying to get that, I feel like you will lock in on the more important shit. And if you do interact, with women somewhat of the same frequency as you did when you was chasing the cat, maybe that's telling for you too. And like I said, trial and error. I wouldn't even put a time frame on how long or whatever. As far as there's no masturbation being in there with it, that's a pun. That's per individual. We're not even gonna really get into that. You know, handle your BI as you see fit. That's all I can say for that. All right. So that's a dope thing if you can try that, because I think it will definitely change your view on how you approach and what you do when it comes to dating and attracting women. I think that's something, positive. It has a very positive influence if handled correctly. Okay. And a harsh closeout. Last one. Ladies, do you really think you getting financial freedom and faithful from a man? This can go on for till 2027. You want things, women. You may be humble about it. There's levels. There's always levels in any conversation about how things are sought. So you have the forward, honest women, doesn't make it right, that tell you, I want a provider. I don't want to go 50-50. You got women that's like, that's what I want. I won't say it. I understand. They try to be understanding. They try to be flexible. Let me see his potential. They kind of jam themselves up with that because they know they really mean they want a provider. They won't deny it if you ask them. You got to put them on the spot, fellas. If you go, what do you want? You want a provider? If he really loves you, he's really the right one, a good leader. You want him to have the finances, right? If you get that, and I don't wish you otherwise, if you get that, do you think you're getting faithful too? Let's be realistic here. You can. You know what that comes down to? I'm gonna just keep it a buck. So I won't even shatter your dreams or make it seem like a lost cause. You can get both. Probable or possible? Let you ponder. 2, how ill are you? How much boxes you check? How dope are you? How physically attractive are you? How satisfying are you? How mentally strong are you? What resources do you have? What is so fucking special about you? Not being funny. How ill are you? The same way you dish, you gotta take. Men gotta stand out, be special before he could provide for him to really grab your attention. So you gotta do the same. In simple terms, you have to show your rareness, like you are rare. Like we don't come across you often. The more boxes you check. Then you can argue financial free and faithful. But if you just a baddie with a fatty, you're not getting both. And sad to say, ladies, you think I'm crushing your dreams right here. I'm really not. I promise you, you're gonna get more faithful than financial freedom. In my opinion. I don't know the percentage. I edge faithful over financial free 60-40. But what I will defend you is that if you are in a relationship that's not financially free, I feel he should be faithful. If you pay the same amount as bills as he do, y'all are 50-50, I feel he should be faithful. Fuck it. If he's 60 and you 40 on the bills, I feel he should be faithful. 70-30 is pushing it, but I feel that's the cusp right there. 70-30. If he 80-20, and by no means am I putting battery into this saying that that's how it should be. I'm talking shit about it, but listen, you get to a certain place in your life, I could have $500 million. I want to just love you, you feel me? And look at you like you is enough. I don't want to say that my 500 mil means I should cheat on you. I should do me. But that's on me and you. Who I choose at that part determines that. Meaning I got to choose wisely. Try to get, and this is for fellas worldwide. It ain't even about the bread no more. Let's take the money out of it. Try to choose who's enough. There's a bunch of victimized boo-hoo stories. Well, I chose in the beginning. It was like this. Then it wasn't like that no more. Vice versa. Women do the same thing. But when I met him, he did all the right things. He did all the things to appease me, to attract me, to make me feel special. And then he didn't anymore. Honeymoon stage is going to fade. But your selection is huge on how you going to move. Either or, man or woman. And that's where it gets twisted. That's all that gets exposed, really. All that gets exposed is you chose wrong when shit go left. It's easier said than done because, you kind of rolling the dice. You don't know. You don't know for sure how shit gonna play out. You know what I mean? Money or no money. But that's just real rap to think, ladies, if you think you're getting both, you have to be phenomenal. Work on it. Whatever that, clean up that area. If your cooking ain't all that, everything else is dope. Better watch the YouTube or something and get that cooking right. If financially you don't really got it, better become a budgeter. Look into shit and look how to manage your money better. I don't got to walk you down everything. The same thing goes for guys. But I'm just saying, men don't have this same pressure towards a woman. This is not saying, fellas, do you think you're getting a financial free and faithful chick? Trust me, we'll take faithful over financial free. Yeah. And humbleness to be coached if needed. So if there's things that need schooling, and ladies, you have the open mind to adjust. Let's say, like I said, the cooking. Just to help with the finances, period. Meaning like just have a mental strength of how the money should be spent. Then you ain't got to be rich, ladies. We ain't looking at your bank account at all if you humble, open-minded, and faithful. But this is not a challenge here to try to make you feel a way about how you would rather it be. You taking financial free over faithful, or you want both. But if you had to choose, I got most women choosing the financial freedom part. Of course, they won't openly want to know or openly submit to unfaithful. But if there's nothing to worry about financially, they may turn the cheek. Hate it or love it. So thanks for joining me on the first segment of the new year. You know my 3 P's: stay positive, stay progressive, and stay pushing. Peace.
Always was the better man. Fuck me.
Feel like I should have said something in reply.
The bigger man, cause I figure that you'll get this head I be thinking. fucking with. All I'm thinking about is being intimate. But it goes deeper, no sleeper. I thought you was really it. Far as deeper, no doubt. Was your hero long as you got all the time. I drown for your love like I'm Theo from the Cosmos. And that's it, I'm a lover boy. You get the best once I'm locked in. Take that for granted. And